Alright, Juice, here's my response. So you can see it's like 10:30 at night and I'm outside, so I apologize for it being dark and you can barely see me, but I'm out here having a smoke. Anyway, time for my response. First of all, I'll start off by saying, yes, I will take your deal. I do want my Xbox One back. I don't like you having it. I don't think you deserve it, so yeah, do send that back to me. And you want to say, oh, well, I sent him that Xbox 360. Yeah, you did send me an Xbox 360, I admit. But if you want to play that game, I took you on a trip to New York. Not that big New York trip that had Emma and everybody, but I'm talking about a few months later. It was just you, me, Evan, and Rachel. That all came out of my pocket, and you had no problem accepting that. So, I mean, if you want to play that game, we're a little bit less than even here. So, yeah, do give me that Xbox One back, and I promise you will never hear from me again, okay? That video I made was my grand finale. I wasn't going to bother you anymore anyway, but yeah, just send me that Xbox One back, and we're through. So, yeah, there we go. So, let's address some of the other points in your video, because most of them were crap. I say most of them because the one that wasn't crap was the 60-hour work week thing. Okay, I'll relent, okay? You clearly work 60 hours a week, and you went through great lengths to prove it. So, there you go. You work 60 hours a week. However, I will say that if you're working that much and you're making that little, you should probably try and find another job, because obviously you're not going to get anywhere with that one, okay? Putting in that much time and making that little money is not worth it. So, and I know you have a college degree. It's an associate's, but it's something. You can get something better. So, stop playing the League of Legends and start applying for some decent jobs, okay? So there. What else? You complained that nobody's asking for your side of the story. Well, that's not true. I know for a fact that at least one person has. I will not mention this person by name, but yeah, you were very rude to her when this person asked you for your side too, so fuck you for that. And then you go and name drop some of our friends like Moose and stuff who haven't asked you. Well, maybe people like Moose don't need to ask you for your side of the story, because people like Moose were there. They saw this shit happen, they saw it go down, and they know you well enough to know that you're a shithead, and they don't need to ask you because they already know. They saw it. So, so yeah, there's that. You accuse me of bringing unnecessary drama to YouTube and bringing your son into it. Dude, you've been doing that non-stop for 2 years. Video after video about Jess. Sometimes over an hour long. And your son's a big topic of discussion in those videos. Bring your custody battle into it. Okay? I made one little 8-minute video. You've made hours and hours of videos of drama that doesn't need to be brought onto the internet. Stuff that has nothing to do with the internet, your custody battle, things going on with Jess. Your fans don't need to know about that, and you have no problem bringing it to the internet. So, you're a little bit of a hypocrite there on that point. Oh, gee, what else? The story about leaving me at the airport, and you said, I'm not sorry. Well, of course you're not sorry. It's hard to be sorry when you don't have a soul. So, I'll tell you, I'll give you a basic rundown. Josh was hanging out with a bunch of groups, or not a bunch of groups, a bunch of people in a group. They were a bunch of losers, a bunch of druggies, a bunch of convicts. In fact, I think one of the guys is actually in jail. And these were the people he was surrounding himself with. He asked me if I wanted to go over to their place. I said no, but he threw a fit and started whining, so I just gave in and said, okay, I'll go. Long story short, these guys were all assholes. They were giving me horrible flashbacks to a shitty group of friends I used to hang out with. So I almost had a panic attack, because it just brought back a lot of bad memories. And it's funny, because a few months later, Josh stopped hanging out with those people because he thought they were annoying. It's funny that even he didn't want to hang out with those people. Yeah, he wants to get on my case for not wanting to hang out with those people. So, I don't know. That's Josh for you, though. Just being a hypocrite, not even caring. What else? I love how at the beginning of the video you said that I'm just trying to make myself look like a good guy, that I've done my own evil shit and blah blah blah. Yet you never mention any of that. I find that funny. I mean, what evil shit did I have done? Because you seem to have convinced your buddies that I'm this evil guy, yet you don't have anything to back it up. I've got backup. There are a lot of people who agree with me on this. Even some people who still consider you a friend agree with me on this stuff. Okay? And these are people who have known you way longer and way better than the people you associate with now. They saw this shit happen. So, I mean, it's just kind of pointless to bring that up. What else? I knew you were gonna, when we were talking about the girlfriends, I knew you were gonna come on camera and say, well, that was years ago. Well, you know what, Josh? We all fuck up. We all make mistakes, but we learn from those mistakes and we move on. You keep making the same mistakes over and over again. You rebounded Lotus-sama, and I didn't name drop her. I said her screen name. I didn't say her old screen name, by the way. I didn't say her real name. I know her real name. I didn't say it. So, get your head out of the ass on that one. But yeah, you rebounded Lotus-sama. Talked about how bad you felt about rebounding Lotus-sama. And then you went and you pulled basically the same shit on Kayla 2 years later. You didn't learn your lesson. You never learn your lesson. You fuck up. You don't learn your lesson. And then you fuck up again. You keep making the same mistakes over and over. Oh my gosh, this guy, guys, let me tell you, this guy's life is a disaster. If Josh would just listen to me every now and then, listen to my advice, he might be somewhere in his life, but he doesn't. He wants to make poor choices. And, you know, that's why he is the way he is at the moment. I did everything I could to help that guy, and I kind of find it funny that any time he was in a bind in his life, I was the guy he would go to for advice. And then he wants to go on camera and bitch about my advice. So I kind of find it funny that I was the advice guy for years and years, and all of a sudden my advice isn't good enough for him. Well, Juice, maybe if you took my advice, you could be like me. You could have a nice car. You could have you could be living on your own, making good money, taking trips. Instead, you're sitting in a basement, you know, your mom's basement, you know, talking to a bunch of rejects you met over League of Legends. So, I don't know, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, why not listen to a guy who's had some success in his life? Because you certainly haven't had any. About the asking for money thing, I'll give you credit. I'm glad you took the Patreon down. That shows that you do have some class. I just don't think you should be asking for people for more money when you still owe a lot of people for reviews. I mean, yeah, you did. I'll relent again. You give some of those people back the reviews, but you didn't give all of them. You're still behind big time on those reviews. There's still a lot of people who've been waiting for over a year for their reviews. You haven't given them to them. And I think it's shitty for you to be asking for more money when you still haven't even finished giving people their reviews from over a year ago. I mean, how long would it take for you to do those perks at this rate? Because then you got to get caught up on all those reviews, get caught up for all the reviews for people giving you their Doritos codes, get caught up on, you know, reviews and perks from people from your Patreon. And what are they supposed to do? Just sit around and wait for years and years for them to get them? I think that's a bunch of shit. So I'm glad you deleted that Patreon, you know. I think that's a good thing for you to do. But like I said, yeah, I would like that Xbox One back. And I'll hold up my end of the deal. You give me the Xbox One, you won't hear from me again. I think it's sad that our friendship has come to this, but, you know, you're the one who threw our friendship down the toilet. I mean, you really are. I think the fact that you're able to throw our perfectly good friendship away, considering how, you know, good and loyal I've been to you. I mean, I treat you like a brother, dude. I treat you more like a brother than I did my own brother. And you completely butchered that. So, congratulations on ruining your life once again. You lost your best friend. You lost your girlfriend. You lost your, you know, your original account with all those subscribers. You lost the cop job opportunity. So I wonder what else you're going to lose here in the future. But whatever you lose, though, and you will lose more in the future, because I know you, all you do is lose. So when you do lose more in the future, don't come blaming me about it, because you ain't got no one to blame but yourself.